Okay, so I'm back again. Now, I'm feeling like that I'm lingering this topic for too long. So today I think it will be the final video of me discussing about Halium. So let's everyone pay attention to this video. It might be long, so stay with me. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, what I'm building is the method 2 which they prescribe in the original UV ports wiki or docs, whatever you can call it. So I'm going with the GSI build. So here you can see it comprises of mainly three steps. First one is format data in custom recovery with TWRP, as you all might be familiar. Then there's this flash Halium boot image which you will going to make, and how you will make it, that I'm going to tell you. Then there's this flash GSI zip. Now what is this GSI zip? You will get it from right here. It's ready made here. You can see now latest till date is the GSI installer V10, which is using an older rootfs which was being told to me by the developers, and you can see it was released on 2020, so October 2020. So now many and new versions came, but for some reason on those versions I found some problems regarding the cellular reception, so I'm going with this one right now. So here you go. Then what do we have? Yeah, so in this video I'm going to show you how you can make this Halium boot image. So for that, let's just proceed towards this UV ports Halium guide, which just points us to this one, you can see, and they also talk about this Halium 9 porting manual. Just here, so it just shows you some basic steps which you can follow. Just ignore this last one because this for some reason doesn't work for me. I mean, the generic system image was this one, which is created by Irfan Abdi, but this make system image has some problems, and many developers told me not to bother with this. I thought, yeah, why not? I think if I want to experiment further, I will try to be successful in making the make system image. For now I'm sticking with the GSI. So let's proceed. So first it tells you to initialize the repo. So for this video I'm going to create a new repo. So as you can see, I have this Halium 2 ls. You can see I have already prepared a this Motorola Albus XML file, which you will need actually. Now I am deleting this repo folder. So as you can see here, there's nothing. Okay, only this one file is there. So, or I can just write it. Okay, so what's in this XML file I will show you a little bit later. So for now, let's just follow the guide. Okay, so what was here in the first repo init, this command. Okay, let's just copy it, paste it. Okay, and it will sync with the repo. Now repo is a tool developed by guys at Google, so let's just keep that in mind. You need to install repo manually. Repo uses some configurations from Git and everything else, so you're on your own installing this. There are many guides where you can do this. So just something I think happened. Did something happen or no? Okay, so it's just showing my name and details. So let's just proceed. Now here it is, create a local manifest for your device, then do repo sync. Now here in this official guide they have not discussed further, but the official Halium docs give some hints on what to do regarding that. So there was get Halium sources, I think it's in here. Yeah, so first you need this line of code. So okay, let me just open my Motorola XML. Okay, so I will discuss regarding what is this, what is going on. So as you can see here, my manifest starts with this heading, then there's this manifest. Okay, let me just zoom in. I think, see, so the first line is just what I have copied from this doc, okay, Halium doc. Then I have this manifests, opening and closing. Now what goes in between is important. So as they have also stated here, the device repository. Next we will fill the manifest with information related to your device. Okay, so how do we know which information we need? So first task, so your first task will be to find the proper your device blobs or kernels related to your device. Now I have forked from a previous maintainer of this what can you say, this device, and I have forked it into a new branch in which I have applied my patches, Halium patches and everything. So this is my Halium-9.0 patch, and this is forked under my GitHub repo. So I have gathered these sources. You can just gather these sources by either going into the lineage sources. For example, if I search here lineage os github dot ish, if I can type further fast. Okay, so let us go into lineage sources. Now you can see here, if I just type Albus, I think there's, yeah, you can see you got your Motorola Albus device. There are many other devices. If I just search Android device, yeah, so here you can see there are many device sources which are officially supported by, or once officially supported by Lineage OS. So you at least need a device which was supported by Lineage OS 16. So, and yeah, we are doing it for the 16 Android 9 build. So if you're not sure till now, Halium is not available on Halium 9, which we are building today, is based on Lineage OS 16, and it won't work if you are using a ROM of Android 10 as the base ROM. So keep in mind this. So what I was using is this one. At least the previous maintainer told me that they were using a fork of this branch. Okay, so as you can see here, Lineage OS has default this one, but I'm not going to use it. I was going to use the my forked. Okay, so here you can see we have a file called lineage.dependencies. All of these are stated in this wiki. You can see here, you can see, now create more lines like the previous one using cm.dependencies or lineage.dependencies file. So here I got my lineage.dependencies file, and here you can see, let me just zoom in a bit. All of these are essential for making your that custom Halium boot build. Now, not absolutely all of them. For example, this Android package resources device settings, these are not essential because you are not building from Android sources. You are building from your Halium sources. So you can skip them, but you can also include them. I mean, there's no harm in including them. The rest are actually required. Now this was actually from Marcos 2's repo and everything. Now I have already forked all of them, so I'm not going to use this heading and this heading. So there's that. Let me just zoom out a bit. Yeah, so as you can see here, let me just go back a little bit. I have gathered my device tree, or the whole sources, then the kernel for my Motorola device, then the proprietary vendor modules or vendor blobs, whatever you can call it. So all of these what you can call it, my device sources for which I want to build, have this branch called Halium-9, which I created manually because I have submitted or committed Halium patches to it. So I'm going to use my branch, but you should use, or you should search for the official branches. So there you go. Now since I have already patched it, oops, that I opened something personal, so just ignore it. Okay, so right now here they just show you how to write this manifest. So since I already wrote, I'm just going to go through this. Okay, so what do you have here? Let me just decrease the size. I think no. What was the keyboard shortcut? I think this is, yeah, cool. Okay, I think that's visible. Yeah, this is visible. Okay, so first I declared my remote. Okay, now what is this remote? The tool called repo, it will fetch information from a GitHub repo. So now in remote you need to specify in from which repo it should fetch. For example, I have given a alias name Jash to my own repository, where the revision or the branch, whatever you can call it, the terminology matters here. So the revision is halium-9 underscore base. Okay, so now first what do I need? I need this path, device Motorola Albus. The convention should be device, then your this company name. So my Motorola device, my device was of Motorola company, so I just named it Motorola. Then Albus is the code name, so you should follow this convention. Then the name of the repo which it's going to fetch from that remote. My name was Android device Motorola Albus, which I kept the same. You can name it whatever you want, but you need to specify this name only. Now I'm going to use my remote, my own remote, which is Jash. Then here this is project dependencies. So this include the kernel. So my device has kernel, or if you are going to build it for the same device, you will have to use this kernel, the MSM 8953. Now this you need to search on your own. Now every device has a different kernel, so I think probably if there's a custom ROM maintained by any previous developer, you can consult them, you can message them or DM them privately on not privately, I mean don't text them directly. You just should text them in the groups they mentioned or the forums they mentioned, so that way you get to know. Okay, so there's this kernel Motorola MSM 8953. You should name it like this. I mean, this is the convention. Okay, so just follow it. Then we have this Android resources, which are not actually required, but hey, you can keep it or you can't. You can keep it or you shouldn't. No, it doesn't matter. Okay, so I just left it for good. Then I have this proprietary vendor blobs, which are from the same remote, and I have just one branch, so it doesn't matter. I have not mentioned the revision. And also there's this project Bison. Okay, so one thing to note here, I was experimenting with the revisions, so I'm just going to change this thing. Okay, because my default revision is set, so I just don't want to mess up. This was me experimenting. I just experiment a lot. Okay, so let me just delete it. Oh no, not remote. Did I delete the remote? Okay, not remote, revision. Just highlight it. Okay, so it's done. Now all my default remotes are set to this Halium dash 9.0 underscore base. Let's just check that everything is on point. I think my vendor blobs has some different remote. So this is our device. No, this is not our device. These are vendor blobs. It has this base. Then I have a cheesy picture. Okay, let me just open this kernel and this one. For kernel I have this branch, for Halium 9 base. I have this branch. Let me just remove this package sources. Okay, external bsun. Okay, so it has also got this, it has also got this. Let me just check package. What was the name? Android external bsun. Android external bsun. Let me just check, does it have the branch or not? That's what I was afraid of. I don't have, I haven't committed to this specific thing, so I've just forked it. So I need to change its branch. Okay, revision equals lineage dash 16.0. okay, so I think this was it, lineage dash 16.0. Yep. So once you're done with this, once this is ready, just quit out and copy this XML file to this location. Now this will give me an error because this location doesn't exist. Okay, so you need to create this file, local manifest. Okay, press enter. Now copy, I think you all can see. Okay, need to copy this XML file to this location. Let's just check repo local manifest. So we have our XML file ready. Let me just zoom out a bit, default zoom. Okay, now according to this guide, this is for Halium 7 and 5. We don't need to do actually this, we don't need to run actually this command, but you can run. So let's just go back to the Halium 9 guide. It was repo sync. Now by default this repo sync won't, I think, utilize all of the threads. So I have this thing, repo sync dash C J16. It uses 16 threads. Now since I am having a high-speed internet connection, I can use 16 threads to parallel download. It makes stuff much faster. So once this is done, you can get started in building everything. So now this is going to take this is going to download around 20 gigabytes of data. So I'm just going to cancel it. So let me just talk it through. So this is going to download around 20 to 30 gigabytes of data, plus which were the Halium sources, plus your device blobs, Fender blobs, and everything else. So you have to be patient and also have the disk space, and just for assurance, keep around 100 gigabytes of free space available. Okay, so I'm not going to download so much data in one video because it will just take too long. So what I would do is I would go to my build directory, and you can see after all of this is done, you will have something like this. Okay, so now you won't have these files. Actually, these are my root file systems from which I was just testing different root file system, which unfortunately didn't result in the result which I was expecting. So once again, a disclaimer, bit of disclaimer, English is not my first language, so I'm stuttering a bit, but please forgive me for this. I'm making these videos in English so that a wide audience can get to my points. So let's proceed. Now what do we have next? Next you need to apply these Halium patches, hybrid patches. So you just need to run this command and paste here. Now I'm not going to press enter because I have already patched the files, and it will just show that patch already applied. So you can see here it was, all of them gave error because I have already applied these patches. So just that. Then you need to make sure that this your device tree inherits from halium.mk. Now they don't specify what this is. I mean, where to do this. A newbie like me, okay, won't know where to do this. So now I'm going to tell you. Okay, so this all I got from these two GitHub commits that don't really means directly show where you should modify. So you need to use your this thing. Okay, so let me just tell you. Now since I have these files, go to devices, Motorola Albus. Okay, let me just clear it. Should I need to zoom it? I think this much is nice. Okay, so here you can see it was written that can you guys see it? Yeah, that your device tree should inherit from this halium.mk file. This halium.mk file we need to find out first. So let me just go to back. Now you can use find command. Okay, so you need to find this halium.mk. Sorry, this was just a CUDA thing. Okay, I think I'm doing something wrong. Am I doing something wrong? Why is this taking so long? It should be instant. I'm not sure. Okay, let's just do FD. Yeah, okay, so FD did it. So your halium.mk file is in this build directory, so keep this in mind. Now what is this FD? FD is a tool written in Rust, which is like similar to find. Did I really made a mistake in find command? Does this not run? There's something else. Let me just okay, so I don't know why it delayed in the first place. So this time the same command executed perfectly. I don't know, maybe something related to indexing. So you can see by default you won't have this FD command. So with find command, let's just run it again just to show you all. You see, you got this address, so it's in this directory. Now just ignore this thing because you are going to build it in this directory, or you can give it doesn't make any sense. Okay, make any difference, sorry. So it's in this build directory. You can just check by doing a little bit of ls. Okay, this file exists. Okay, so now we need to modify a file. Which file should I modify? I need to go to devices, Motorola, means where our device tree lies. Give ls. Now you have some mk files. Okay, let me just list all the mk files containing mk. So you need to modify this lineage albus.mk. Now why is it lineage albus? Because it was originally from the lineage OS sources. So for your ROM it will be, I think, for your device, if you are making a different device than this, it will be lineage underscore that device's code name. Okay, so I'm just going to open it with vim. Okay, and here you can see I have this line. Just focus on this line. I have appended or added this line which tells to inherit from this build make target product halium.mk. Now some people recommend like doing this $source directory, but I just hard coded it. So you can follow this little convention. Okay, it doesn't make any difference. Also you need to comment out this full albus.mk. Now on the Fairphone I have seen they inherit this code 64-bit mk. Now I'm not sure that you should inherit this or not. First try to build without this, it succeeds, then try to build with this. Now what this is gonna do is, wait, did the camera just froze? I'm not sure. The camera froze on my screen. Okay, so actually this code 64-bit applies some 64-bit binaries for your device if your device is a 64-bit device. Okay, so let's just keep it that way. Now there are some stuff, lineage stuff. You don't need lineage stuff because we are not building from lineage sources, neither we are building a lineage OS ROM, so let's just skip them. Now this Albus device thing, okay, there's this vendor blobs which we need to modify actually. Then the rest of the things I think don't need anything. Okay, so there's that. Now what was written here, this full base. Okay, I think you can see full base. So if anything related to full is written, just comment it out. Okay, now there's also written this remove Java dependencies part. Okay, so let's just open this one. This, I think this full Albus, let me just open it, full albus.mk, this one, which we are not importing, so I'm not going to bother about this. This is device, jar, yeah, okay. So let me just see. Here you can see they have done like this. Okay, now the top comment, what is the top comment? You can see, where does the halium.mk originate from? You can see here. Now the not kit, actually the guy who helped me build this, he said that you need to apply this patch and you will get this file. Okay, so clear on point. So let's just close this tab. The next one, which was written here, shows this: do not pull Java dependencies, and we need to modify this vendor file. Okay, so once again let's check the top comments. So it's trying here that how exactly did you find out what to comment out? Big question. I'm trying to do the same with this phone, and none of the things you have commented out seem to be in my file. Now this is also another big query, that how do we know which files to comment and which files to not? I mean, there could be some important files, and there are important files which are essential. Also here another guy replied like, also tried for OnePlus 7 guacamole, got no result. Fair enough. And this guide, I'm going to show you that what actually is the deal with this. So let me just go into my vendor directory, cd // okay, cd vendor Motorola Albus. Okay, so inside the vendor blobs, we have these files. Open the Albus vendor.mk. Now this name changes very rapidly. I mean, from device to device, this naming scheme is not consistent. So as you can see here, they have this MSM 8998 common vendor file. I have this Albus vendor file. So just keep in mind that you need to filter out this vendor blobs. Okay, go to the end, you will see that I have commented out. I mean, one hash is sufficient for commenting out everything else. Okay, also let me just remove it. Okay, so the end should not contain a backslash. Okay, just keep this in mind. Now why have I commented from here to here? Now surprisingly, my device, okay, sorry, I was using my finger, my devices list is almost identical to this one, but some files are here and there are altered, sorry. So how would I know? Let me just keep that inside. Let me open another terminal, cd into vendor blobs ls. Oh, let me just zoom in. Okay, let's go into the okay, I also forgot, I mean, which one was it? And bp, yeah, so bp was the file. Now originally what this file would contain is that here you can see vendor qti firmware fm @1.0, this name. Okay, this is the same name which is used here. Now in this file you would have the rest of the names. Let me just show it from the GitHub. I think it will be easier. Vendor, what? Proprietary vendor Motorola. Okay. Let me just show you from here. Switch to the Halium 9 branch, base, Albus. I think I haven't updated, or I have updated. Oh, I have updated. So let me just roll back to a previous branch. Halium patches. Can I go to this one? Perhaps. Yeah. I think I had made some. Oh no, this was my first commit, so that's why it's like this. Let me just show you from Emma Maker's original branch. Okay, lineage 16. This was the Albus device. Let's go to this. Where is it? I think this one. Okay, android.pp. So here you can see from here. I think this is hard for you to see. Let me just zoom a little bit. Here you can see there's this qcrill message tunnel. These names will be very much different from device to device. Now you need to follow it from here. qcrill message tunnel something. Here you can see. Let me just close it out. qcrill message tunnel. Okay, so these names come from here. Now you need to keep in mind everything which has an APK and everything which has a jar in it. I think there are some files with jar also. You will find them. Okay, you will find them in some devices. I think in this device I don't have a jar file, so all of these Java and Android related APK files, you just need to throw them out. So I have actually deleted all this code from. I think you also need to delete all of this because it will throw an error if you don't delete it. So just delete all of this which containing this APK, these here up to this one, Android app import, because we are not building from Android sources, we are building from Halium sources, and Halium doesn't know what Java is or what an APK is. So this is not an Android device. Oh, on a second thought, that device just lost its power, so let me just charge it a bit, because otherwise I won't be able to show you guys what the beauty is in that. So yeah, I've put it into charge, and by the time this finishes I think that device will be charged. Okay, so let's get back to our business. You need to find out which services or packages don't have an APK or a jar file, and just allow those files and comment out the rest. Okay, once this is done, let me just zoom out a little bit. Search for this jar. Now these jar dependencies, on some devices they might work and on some devices they just wouldn't work. So for me it worked, but if for some reason in your case it doesn't work, just keep in mind that you might have done some, or your device might need some special attention. Okay, also you will have this. Let's check what in this Android mk file. Okay, it's just called from this this one, nothing special. Board config vendor, nothing special, and nothing. Okay. Let's just get on with it. Now there's this, if your device has a root AB device, my device is not having two A and B separate thing, so I'm going to skip this, else you need to follow this one. Now you need to do this command, source build environment, then breakfast, your device name. Now for my build environment I have created a modified what do they call it, a Docker image. Yeah, so Docker image. So I will be using my Docker image. So let me pull out another terminal. Let me make this floating terminal. So I'm going to run, is Docker running? Yeah, Docker running. I'm just going to mount this directory. Why not? No, not now. Okay, since it's inside Docker, I'm just not going to update. So let's just check who am I. UB ports, CD Halium. Now Halium recommends using Python 2. So I had created a Python 2 environment. So here you can see. Oh, and also I haven't zoomed, so you all might feel something is wrong. Also, let me just tile it, because why not? I'm using a tiling window manager. Okay. Also, they recommend using bash, because your breakfast script or something like that will break if you don't use bash. So on ZSH it causes some problems. Now I don't remember why I used ZSH on a Docker. I don't know, really I don't know. So let's just go with bash. Let me just check again. Python dash version. Yeah, Python is 2.7 running. And now we need to do is this one, source this command. So I think I have, yeah, source build environment setup .sh breakfast albus. Let's just do it and let it run. Okay, so once this is done, you need to do is make Halium boot. Now I'm going to use MKA because MKA uses all of your threads. And oh no, on the contrary, let me just open htop to show you what this looks like, because why not? Hey, this Reddit top, okay, or Reddit fetch. So MK Halium boot. Okay, on a now if you use make, you need to specify something like make Halium boot J, then the number of your threads plus 2, which they recommend, but I'm just simply going to use this one, whatever, MK Halium boot. Okay, let's just get on with it. And it's building. It might take around I'm using an i7-7700 HQ, so it takes around 3 minutes time, 3 minutes tops I think. And if you have already built, it uses Ccache, so it caches them, and in few seconds I think they're done. So you see some things were modified I think by me. Yeah, so the things which I did just few minutes ago. So this is again making the whole thing. So this might take around 3 minutes of time. And is it working? Yeah, working. So building kernel. So let it build. Now I can talk with you all while it's building. I have no issues regarding that. Now another thing is that as you all know, I am using DWM as my window manager and Arch Linux as my main machine, but you know, all of this tinkering must end someday, and I'm moving towards my higher studies and all, so I'm finding lesser and lesser time maintaining an Arch Linux build. I think I will shift on Ubuntu and give it a try in the future. Ubuntu, I haven't used Ubuntu or Debian based devices in like 2 years. I don't know in which state it is. Like 2 years before, when I was using Debian and Ubuntu as on my 2 devices, I was like feeling that they were very much old packages. I mean, you know, that time it was way too beyond Arch Linux, so I made the switch to Arch Linux, because some packages were compatible with just newer GCC or newer kernels. Like some hardwares were only compatible with newer what can you say, kernels, newer Linux kernels. That's why I made the switch. But now I think that that scenario has changed, and at that time I didn't know how to compile stuff manually, so this also makes a great difference. Now, why am I doing this build on camera? I mean, I can just skip ahead and cut through it. When you are unofficially porting any this ROM into your phone, you will encounter many bugs and cases which are not shown in other builds or other videos I have seen. I don't wanna make my channel like that. Just enter this, press enter, and boom, your build is ready. No, development doesn't happen so easily. I have spent like nearly 3 to 4 days not having sleep deprived. Okay, I was sleep deprived for 3 to 4 days while initially figuring out how this stuff works and how that stuff works, and eventually I was successful. So here you can see our build is done, and it was completed in 3 minutes and 20 seconds. So wait, let me just move this cable. Yeah, so this build is done in like 3 minutes and 19 seconds. So, and also here it's written that this is in the out directory. Okay, so let me just, okay, ls out, where am I? No, let's go to the parent directory, see the out directory, then we have what, target, product, albus. I think this is it, and you can get this halium boot.img. Now what you need to do is take your phone, just unlock it. Okay, I think you can see it. Let me just bring it closer. This, okay, this is the device. Go to TWRP by holding down the power button and volume down button. I think in most devices this is a combination. In specifically Motorola, you will enter some screen like this. Okay, here you need to go to this. Oh, I just noticed my camera is reversed, so you need to select this recovery mode. Let me just go, and in like 5 seconds or one eternity later, you will enter TWRP. Okay, Team Win Run Project, TWRP. Now from here, click on install. Yeah, install. Also here there will be one option called install image. Now connect your phone to your via USB cable to your PC and transfer that Halium boot image into your phone. And I think you can see here I have my halium boot.img, this one. The one written in 1 was my experimental build, so just ignore that. Here you would have this Halium boot image. I'm going to flash it in real time in front of the camera. So you need to select it in boot recovery. I think I can switch my view. Okay, let me just try to transform this one. Rotate 180 degrees. Didn't make a difference. Rotate maybe clockwise. Shit, I don't know. Flip horizontally. Yep. And now it's okay. So let me just go from the beginning. Okay, you need to click on install. Okay, need to click on install. Then here means I have already transferred my Halium GSI Zip. don't install it first. First you need to like format. Here go to wipe, then you will find like this format data, type yes, enter. Oh no, sorry, what am I telling? First you need to go to here. Let me just pull up this thing. What am I telling you? I'm just screwing things up. So okay, so now the camera is shifted here. Okay, so I'm just screwing things up. I have prepared everything. Okay, here you can see a guide is there, like download and install Lineage OS 16 for your device. This is not my device, so I'm just not going to bother it. Then there's this format data, then flash the Halium boot to boot partition, and download and flash the UV ports GSI. Default password will be phablet. What's working? Wi-Fi, camera, media, blah blah blah. Just ignore this warning. Okay, so let me just go back here. You click on install. Here you flash this Lineage OS 16 zip, then go back, click on wipe here, then here you can see there's this format data, so click on format data. You need to type here yes, yes. Now I'm not going to press OK, but you need to press this blue thing here. Okay, so once that's done, click on install. Here this thing, click on install, then click on install image, select your Halium boot image, the last one. I think you can show, you can't show, yeah, Halium boot image which we just made, this one. Select boot partition. Okay, and there's this, I can flash this on my device, so you need to drag this slider all the way and it's done. Okay, now while I was initially building all of this, I had some problems, like my Halium boot image was way bigger than my what was my boot sectors or boot partition size or capacity. Let me just give me just 1 minute, because for some reason the shit. Okay, so now we're good. So actually initially what happened is that my Halium boot.img file was bigger than my boot partition file of my phone, so it was not flashing. It was giving me an error like the img file is way bigger than your boot partition. So just like that, I had to disable some configurations in my device's kernel. Then finally the build was successful. So once that's done, it's on camera, press back, then, or you can directly reboot from there. Click on reboot here, and is it showing reboot system? Okay, system, click on system. Now it's on camera. Okay, it's live. Let me just connect the device to my laptop. Okay, also let me open another terminal. Type here sudo dmessage -w, enter your password, and just focus on these lines. Okay, this rndis host, okay, renamed from w0. This means that the device booted up, the kernel booted up. Oh, and the device is also booting up. Okay, let me just close it, ls usb, and you should see this Sony Ericsson mobile, something like that. I don't know, this name is totally generic and it's immaterial of what it is. So what you can do is you can SSH into your phablet. Now I'm just going to use this one. Done. Okay, so here's this. You can SSH inside your phone without even unlocking it, because I have connected it via USB cable. Okay, so this is a good sign and everything is working. So you can run top inside your phone, and you can unlock it by swiping. Okay, it will ask for the password. The default password was phablet, so I'm just going to type it phablet and pressing the enter button, and it worked. So now you can see this is now it's everything is working. So let me just pull up this one. Where is this networking? You can see my sim1 and sim2 both. On my sim1 I have actually inserted my sim card, and on sim2 nothing is there. So my sim1 is picking up signal, whereas sim2 is not picking up any signal. Wi-Fi is working and detecting also. My Wi-Fi's name is also Jashmaster, so it's detecting it. And what else is working? Flashlight is working. Automatic brightness is working, fascinatingly. And also this thing is working. Brightness slider is working. I don't know, you can see the difference. Yeah, you can see the difference. Okay, so brightness slider is working fine. Sound is not working in my experiments. Okay, everything is working. Sound works via, if you connect via like Bluetooth headphones or earbuds, sound is working very great. The networking is working. Bluetooth is working surprisingly. Location I was not able to test. I mean, this option is like location detection is on, but I don't know whether it's actually accurate or not. Rotation lock is working fine. Let me just show you one demo. Let me open the calculator. Where is that? Does it rotate? No, phone doesn't rotate. Okay, so I have no app. I don't know which one rotates. Let me just find one app which rotates. Yeah, it rotates. So you can see rotation works flawlessly. Okay, camera is just an you are living in Fugazi if you think that camera will work in a GSI build. Normally cameras don't tend to work perfectly in normal GSI builds, and let alone a non-Android operating system with Android vendor blobs. So this is up to your imagination. Now I haven't gathered sufficient skill to upgrade my rootfs from this GSI to the latest root file system. So I need to figure that out myself, I think, or DM any developer. So just that. So we have successfully built the Halium for our device, the Halium boot image, and ported Ubuntu Touch. So I'm just going to quit out of my Docker image, and there's that. So with that I am concluding my these parts with Halium, and I think you should do only this Halium build if you just want to try, because many things which are essential from day-to-day life just don't work. I mean, you don't get your speaker, you don't get your camera, you get cellular reception, but in let's say newer builds that thing doesn't work. I mean, if I change my file system to a newer file system, my cellular reception just doesn't work. So I think I need to fix all of these issues in some later date, but for now I have my college exams going on and something like that. So busy guy, can't work in this all. So, and again, concluding thoughts, if you guys liked my video and like my work, please like, share, subscribe, and share this video to anyone who is interested in making Halium for their phone. So peace out. Boom. I don't have effects. Okay, in this channel we don't do video editings. So take care, bye bye, stay safe.